back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. And I'm pretty sure this will probably be the last video I do before my move. It is on Thursday that I'm moving, and tomorrow I gotta go to the lawyers. Wednesday I've got to do some work stuff and try to get the last little bit of the house done, and then Thursday morning I'll be moving. So the not a whole lot of time, extra time in my days, and lots of stuff to do. So Taskforce, Valley of the Crows is a track that a lot of people have been asking right from the very start. It's taken me a long time to get around to it. I apologize, but I'm a big fan of Chester P, as you know, and his brother is ridiculous in his own right. So I'm not going to waste too much time. Just going to jump right in, give it a listen.
Shadows of the buildings, walk through the depths of the buildings, drag through the valleys of the crows by a victim, back to the belly of the beast for a whipping, left side chained to an angelic vision, right side chained to Beelzebub's siblings, one foot in heaven, the other hell's kitchen.
Man, it's talking about like being that old thing of, you know, you have a devil on one shoulder, an angel on the other. It's like one foot in heaven, one in hell's kitchen. Beelzebub's cousins, I think he said. It's like being split down the middle. You know, fighting the your evil thoughts and good thoughts, and right from wrong, that type of thing. That's pretty sweet.
Belly of the beast for a whipping, left side chained to an angelic vision, right side chained to Beelzebub's siblings, one foot in heaven, the other hell's kitchen, split down the middle by a fatal decision, freedom's a prison.
Split down the middle by a fatal decision. Man, friggin' Chester, I've said it a bunch of times, but this dude he's straight up poet. Chester and Jest and Edward Scissortongue, I put all those guys together when it comes to painting a picture, just straight up poetry, man, every single time.
The hell's kitchen, split down the middle by a fatal decision, freedom's a prison, I'm living like a convict, I run through the cities and hide in the forest and still feel the same old pain of being punished, I live for today like tomorrow ain't coming, war child.
Nice. Live for today like tomorrow isn't coming.
Same old pain of being punished, I live for today like tomorrow ain't coming, war child orphans, playing in the ashes, street child orphans, plagued by the lashing.
You know, it's like, did I say live for tomorrow like to, hang on, live for today like tomorrow isn't coming? Is that what I said? I don't remember. I'm going to bring it back.
I'm living like a convict, I run through the cities and hide in the forest and still feel the same old pain of being punished, I live for today like tomorrow ain't coming, war child orphans, playing in the ashes, street child orphans, plagued by the lashing, spectrum to spectrum we scramble unguided, tangled in rumors, religions and science, hanging from the pendulum.
Tangled in rumors, religion and science.
Street child orphans, plagued by the lashing, spectrum to spectrum we scramble unguided, tangled in rumors, religions and science, hanging from the pendulum, waiting for the death bell, suffocated sentiment, struggling to exhale, juggling the odds, weigh it up on a world scale, man must feel cause we know God's words fail.
We can go deep in the woods, we walk through the depths of the streets, and we still feel the same, so we still feel the pain, the guilt and the shame.
I'm sorry, I gotta bring it back because I was just thinking about that last line and I didn't catch any of this hook.
Feel cause we know God's words fail.
We can go deep in the woods, we walk through the depths of the streets, and we still feel the same, so we still feel the pain, the guilt and the shame. We drink till we drown and we still feel the same. It's the same old hustle.
drink until we drown and we still feel the same. So it's like that old saying, drowning your sorrows. But it never works, man. For most people, the more drugs you do, the more drinking you do, the more the demons come out. I mean, that was the thing with my dad when I was younger. I mean, he could drink beer, no problem, but when you start getting into the liquor, that's when all the demons came in, and that's all the bad memories of his childhood and all that shit. That's when it all rose to the surface. And the more they rose to the surface, the more they drank, or the more he drank to push them down. But all it did was bring them back up. So I know all about that.
The shame, we drink till we drown and we still feel the same. It's the same old hustle, work and routine. From the valley of the crows to the belly of the beast. It's the same old hustle, work and routine. From the valley of the crows to the belly of the beast. I was born under the stars in hard times, a ruffian with a dirty face and crime on his little mind. I rode a broken bike, I'm like Charlie Bucket. I had a golden ticket and I went and lost it. This ain't a fairy tale, it's just
I'm like Charlie Bucket. I had the golden ticket, but then I lost it.
With a dirty face and crime on his little mind. I rode a broken bike, I'm like Charlie Bucket. I had a golden ticket and I went and lost it. This ain't a fairy tale, it's just the way it happened. Dark shadows and dungeons.
Alright, so I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of a reach on this one here. But when he's talking about I had the golden ticket but I lost it, and he talked about being a young kid with like crime on his mind and stuff. So is he trying to make the connection that he was like born into perhaps middle class family or upper middle class family, so he had the golden ticket. All he had to do was kind of like stay on the path, and his future was almost guaranteed. Like a middle class, upper middle class future was guaranteed for him. But then because he had the crime on his mind and all that kind of shit, that he went ahead and lost that so-called golden ticket. I wonder if that's what he's meaning. It could be a complete reach. I have no idea.
I rode a broken bike, I'm like Charlie Bucket. I had a golden ticket and I went and lost it. This ain't a fairy tale, it's just the way it happened. Dark shadows and dungeon environments. I feel like hell's baby, cause all around me suffers. Collapsing alleyways.
I feel like hell's baby because all around me is suffering. Oh my god.
Environments. I feel like hell's baby because all around me suffers. Collapsing alleyways, crossfire and bent coppers. A silent war that brings dark like Mordor. Listen to the wind, the world's about to end. My mind stays great, overdosing on pavements. I lived the estate life and wondered what life meant. I walked the path of the ancients' blood.
You say I lived the estate life? So was I kind of right then? Because so if the estate life here would be upper middle class or upper class, the estate living in like a well off. So is he like, that's not what he's saying? He was living in the estate life, a well off family. Again, I'm not sure if that means the same thing in the UK. Maybe it's connecting, bringing them back. What I said earlier.
The wind, the world's about to end. My mind stays great, overdosing on pavements. I lived the estate life and wondered what life meant. I walked the path of the ancients' blood. From concrete to mud, pure pain, lost and love bites. And all night I'll be watching as the zombies fight, killing one another for that white rock. No shock, no horror, just the shit we live in. I'm feeling like a prisoner and London is my prison. No shock, no horror, just the shit we live in. I'm feeling like a prisoner and London is my prison.
No shock, no horror, it's just the prison we live in. So even though he's seeing like crack zombies fighting to the death on the street for the white rock, it's not even registering with him anymore. It's no shock. Just what he grew up in, what he lived in. Man, that says a lot.
No horror, just the shit we live in. I'm feeling like a prisoner and London is my prison. We can go deep in the woods or walk through the depths of the streets, and we still feel the same, so we still feel the pain, the guilt and the shame. We drink till we drown and we still feel the same. It's the same old hustle, work and routine. From the valley of the crows to the belly of the beast. It's the same old hustle, work and routine. belly of the crows to the belly of the beast.
Carrying the